Perfect. Hello, everybody. This is Tuesday Yoga with Eva. We'll be doing quite a bit of balancing today, so get ready for that. If you need to set yourself up against the wall or closer to the wall so you can use the wall or any chair for support. If you don't have blocks, please feel free to use anything that you find that can be substituted for block. Hopefully you can all hear me well. It's time to begin the class. So we'll be today on our backs. It's all good. So we'll start on our backs today. Again, have everything ready that you might need for your class. If you use pillows or any other blankets, feel free to surround yourself with them and then get yourself comfortable on the mat. Good, perfect. So let's get started. Allow yourself to the floor. We're going to turn our palms up towards the ceiling, opening through the shoulders. And then your knees can be bent with your feet on the floor. If that's good for your lower back, you can straighten them out. And I would like to start today in a butterfly. So if this is becoming too uncomfortable at any point where you're having your knees open like this, feel free to bring them back together and continue just with whatever's comfortable. We're going to relax in this pose for about 10 to 15 breaths. We're trying to set that breath so it's even. Same count inhale as your exhale. And you try to go for at least 4 to 5 beats. That way you know that you're breathing a little bit more deeper or more deeply than you would throughout the day. So set your breath. With every inhale, your belly expands. And not just up towards the ceiling, but sideways and down towards the floor as well. And you try to contain that inhale into your abdominal area, maybe the lower ribs, but try not to breathe into your upper chest. Nice and long breath. And all you do is try to shut down your mind from thinking about your day, what happened or what will happen. Just be in the now by counting your breath. Allowing the mind to just relax as well as your body. Sometimes we hold the tension in our jaw, so maybe move it a little bit and then relax. Sometimes the eyebrows kind of crunch up together, see if you can release that as well. Let's take a last 3 breaths in here. And then gently bringing the knees back together. And then slowly bringing both knees towards your chest, holding onto your shins and pulling them in. You can add rocking side to side, or simply just pull those knees in. Keep on breathing, expanding the belly with your inhales. And as you exhale, maybe pull those knees a little bit closer. 2 more breaths. And we're going to gently on your next exhale, let the left leg go back to the floor. You can keep your knee bent if it's better for your lower back, or stretch it out. Pulling that right knee towards our chest as close as we can. We can roll the ankles here one way and then the other. Point your toes, flex your toes. And then pull those knees a little bit closer. And on your next exhale, I would like you to pull in the belly button and lift the forehead towards your knee. Get as close to the knee as you can. Relax the shoulders. Breathe. 2 more breaths. And on your next exhale, head comes back down towards the floor. Holding on to your knee with your right hand. You're going to start gentle circles. I want you to go 6 in each direction, starting small and getting bigger and bigger as you go. Half of that circle is an inhale, the other half is an exhale. Don't forget to reverse. 6 the other direction. Yeah. Well, once you finish all those circles, pull that knee one more time towards your chest. And if you know that you need to use your strap for the next part, feel free to grab your strap and hook it around your foot. Otherwise, if you don't have straps or you flexible, you can grab your big toe or the side of your foot, or simply clasp the fingers behind your thighs and stretch the leg out. Pull it in towards you. So strap, no strap, whatever works. We're gonna, again, point your toes, flex the toe. We're working with our ankle here. And next time your toes are towards your face or your flex, I want you to stay there. Push the heel up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Last breath, really stretching through the back of the leg. Now we're gonna exhale, pull the knee in towards our chest and opening it towards our armpit. So we're opening through the hip. Trying to grab that big toe or the outside of the foot for half a baby. I want you to, once you grab anything that you can on your foot, or if you're using a strap, once you get there, I want you to align your ankle and your knee. So you're opening so the knee is to the side and you're pulling it down towards the floor. But make sure that your heel is not down here, but reaching up. The heel is still reaching towards the ceiling. And when you exhale, I want you to try to straighten the leg out as far as it goes. Doesn't have to be far. I'm going to grab my toe instead and I'll stretch the leg out. Hold it there. So the leg is opening to the side, not towards your face or behind you, but to the side. Keep breathing. And again, if you have a strap, you just simply hold the strap in your right hand. Last breath. And I'm gently pulling that knee in. We're going to bend that left leg. Place that ankle, the right ankle over the left knee. And then push it away. The right knee pushes away. You can stay here, but if you're comfortable, you can grab the left thigh or the left hamstring, your shin, not a hamstring. So shin and pull it over you. Relax the shoulders. Breathe. Two more breaths. Pull that knee a little bit closer. And then gently releasing the left foot back to the floor. You're gonna bring the right knee towards the chest one more time. Stretch the left out, left leg out. And then releasing it to the floor. We're gonna realign ourselves here. Turn the palms back up towards the ceiling. And just relax and notice how your body responded to that stretch. How does it feel? Any changes? Mhm. And we're gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. So have your strap ready if you need it. You can bend that right leg if you like and bring the left knee towards your chest. Pull it in. And you can stretch the leg out as well, depending on you, whatever feels better for your lower back. Here, we hold it in, breathe. With every inhale, you feel the belly pushing into your thigh. Exhale, create a little bit more space to pull the knee in. On your next exhale, you're gonna pull in the belly button and lift the forehead towards your knee. Get as high as you can. Get as small of a space between you and your leg as you can. Breathe. Relax the shoulders. And on your next exhale, slowly releasing that head to the floor. Right hand's gonna come to the floor as well, and we're gonna start those circles with the left hip. So slow 6, starting small, getting bigger as you go. One way and then the other. Half a circle is your inhale. Half a circle should be your exhale. Don't forget to reverse. Once you finish all those circles, you pull that knee towards your chest one more time. You're gonna start rolling the ankle here. One way and then the other. And you point and flex your toes. Beautiful. On your next exhale, you're gonna straighten the leg out. So again, you can be holding on with your straps onto the leg. You can try to grab your toes if you're very flexible and pull it up. Or you can interlace those fingers behind your thigh. And we continue here pointing and flexing, feeling the difference in the back of our legs as you do that. Really push the heel as much as you can towards the ceiling. Last one. Pull that leg as close as you can, feeling the stretch in the back of the leg. And then we're going to open the knee to the side and then try to grab your big toe or the side of your foot, whatever, or inside of your foot, whichever one works. And then pull that knee down. So half a baby here. We're going to be aligning our ankle and our knee so they can create a straight line towards the ceiling. So don't be here, push it in. And pull that knee down. Again, the other leg can be bent, it just feels better. Last breath. And then you can slowly start straightening the leg out. I'm going to free because holding onto the toes seems a little bit better for me. So you can do whatever feels good and try to stretch the leg out. Again, the left or the right leg can be bent, but make sure that you're not tilting your hips. Keeping your hips on the floor. Breathe. Gentle stretch. Again, the knee can be bent. Both knees can be bent if needed. Last breath. And then gently pulling the knee in. Placing the right foot on the floor if it wasn't there yet. Crossing the leg over, so ankle over the knee. And you can stay here by just simply pushing the knee away. If you feel enough stretch, you can stay here. If you need a little bit more, bringing the right knee towards your chest, holding on to the shin or behind your thigh, whatever works better. And we'll spend here 5 breaths. So take your time, nice, easy breath. Don't rush. And for your last 2 breaths, see if you can pull the knee a little bit closer to your chest, the right knee. And then slowly releasing back to the floor. We're gonna put our hands to a T. Again, palms are facing the ceiling, and we're gonna bring the legs up into a tabletop. So we'll engage our core here a little bit more. So I want you to, if you have blocks actually, place them between your thighs. So if you do have a block, let's place it between our knees, not thighs, more like knees. So it's flat, not too far. And we're going to be actively squeezing the block between your thighs as we're doing this. If you don't have a block, don't worry about it. Just squeeze your legs together. We're going to allow the knees. So we're going to come on trying to aim for the knees and our elbows to come close. So almost you're going up high. So don't be low. Try to see if you can almost touch your knees to your elbows. And as you exhale, bring it back in. Inhale, let it fall to the left. And again, elbows to your knees. Exhale, come back up. Let's go again. Let's do it 3 more rounds of this on each side. So hands are to a T and knees are going high up towards the elbows. Keep squeezing the blocks or your inner thighs together. Really concentrate on using those obliques to twist you back to the center. Don't let the legs help too much. Twisting from our rib cage. Engage, feel the muscles right here. Engaging as you try to come back center. One more time on your left. Perfect. Now this time you're going to lower the knees a little bit down and allow them to fall to the right. If the block is not good for you, you can feel free to take it out. You're going to simply just stay here for a moment, twisting to the right, head is looking to the left. And on your next exhale, bring the legs back to the center. And inhale and then fall to the left. Head is looking to the right. Last breath. And on your next exhale, legs come back center. And place them to the floor. You're going to remove the block and put it to the side. Beautiful. We are going to stretch our legs nice and long here. You're going to bring the head behind our head. You're going to work our core a little bit. So interlacing your fingers behind your head. Stretch your legs nice and long here. We're going to bring the feet, So we'll bring the feet back on the floor. We're going to find a neutral pelvis, which means that you're not tilting up towards the ceiling, but more pushing the tailbone towards the floor. Find a neutral pelvis, hold your Hands are behind your head. You're gonna exhale. I want you to engage your belly. So pull everything towards the belly button. Squeeze your core. And on your next inhale here, as you exhale, you're gonna lift the upper body over the floor. You do Pilates. This is a yoga crunch. We're gonna stay here and we're gonna try to, so you can do one leg at a time if two are too much. But if you can, see if you can stretch both legs up. Hold. If you have to alternate, feel free to alternate one leg at a time. And then we're gonna lower the legs down, lower the head down. So let's do it one more time. So if you were having the one leg at a time, make sure that you switch and all lift the other leg this time. So one more time, find a neutral pelvis. Exhale, pull everything towards the belly button, all your muscles in your core. On your next exhale, upper body lifts. Keeping that pelvis in neutral, lift the legs up. Hold. So one leg or both. And exhale, lower the legs. Lower the legs. Now this time we're going to stretch ourselves long, get a little bit of stretch in that core. And now we're going to do a yoga sit-up. So if this is not available, we're going to start to roll ourselves up to seated. If you don't have that core strength yet, just turn onto one side and sit yourself up. Otherwise, if you're okay, just start reaching the hands towards the ceiling and roll yourselves up to seated. Beautiful. We're going to swing the legs around and come into a tabletop position. Here we're going to do 5 rounds of cat-cow. So spread your fingers wide. Make sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders. Then we're going to inhale, looking up, tailbone and your forehead towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, curl the tailbone under, pull in your belly, look down towards your belly. 4 more rounds of inhale and exhale at your own pace. One more time for me. And I'll stay in the neutral spine. I'm gonna spread my fingers one more time wide. We're gonna curl the toes under. Lift the knees off the floor and sit our hips back towards our heels. So stretch through the front. Spread your fingers wide. Hold here. Traction those fingers forward like you're trying to slide, but you're stuck. And whenever you feel like you can start straightening the legs, feel free to do that. Don't change your hands. Walk your feet further back if needed. So trying to keep the shoulders open here by pulling the inside of your arm, of your elbow up towards the ceiling, but don't change your hands. Paddle your feet 3 times. Beautiful. And then slowly walk your hands forward, your feet forward towards your hands. And you're coming forward towards the front of our mats. And you're gonna grab your blocks and you'll set them up in front of your mat. This is the time when you want to face the wall or be closer to the wall or a chair. So we're still here in a forward fold. We release the head, relax everything, and we'll take 5 breaths. Let everything just loose, reaching down towards the floor. If you feel that you want to move side to side, feel free to do that as well. A little bit of swaying is always nice. Could be nice, or might not. And I want you to just sway a little bit on your feet, so push your weight a little bit forward into your toes and a little bit back into your heels by lifting the toes. And not good movement, I don't want you to lose your I wish to fall forward or back, just kind of hold onto here. And once you find the perfect in between your toes, have weight in your toes and weight in your heels, that's where you're gonna stay. So kind of centered, nicely centered in our feet here. You're gonna bend into our knees, put the belly onto our thighs, and we're gonna inhale into a chair. Sit your bum back. Hands can come to our heart. And having them up is too much. Look at your knees. Make sure that they're not touching in the center. They should be as wide as your feet. Your knees tracking over your big toe and your second toe. Now we're gonna inhale, come up with your hands. Little back bend, and as you exhale, we're gonna come down. Right hand crosses the left knee. And we're gonna either twist open or keep the hands behind our back and just gently twisting. Make sure you're not pushing your knees together. Work those outer thighs to keep them apart. Always twist. And you can use the block here to actually, if you would like, instead of using your hand against that. Last breath. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Lower back. And as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, slide the fingertips up towards your knees. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, bend into your knees. Exhale, hold it there. Make sure your knees are apart. Inhale, back into that chair. And exhale, twist the other way. So the left hand against the right knee. And twist into it. Again, the knees should be apart. Don't let them come this way. Work your other thighs to pull them apart. Twist, breathe. Last breath. On your next inhale, come back up. All the way to standing, a little bit back bend. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, slide the fingertips up towards your knees. Exhale down. And inhale, come all the way up. And exhale down. So this is the time where we will definitely need a block in front of us. We're going to go through a little bit of a flow. So I want you to work at your own pace and just kind of feel the opening through our hips and trying to do the balancing to your best abilities here. So if it doesn't feel good, you can always come out of it. We're going to bring the hands to our heart. We're going to step the left leg up in the air. And then slowly bend into your front leg. And we're balancing here. Step the foot back and turn the toes out sideways. Maybe walk your back foot a little bit further. Perfect. Now we're going to come into warrior two. So we will bend into our front standing leg, making sure that your knee again is tracking over our toes in the front. And your knee and ankle are aligned. We will push the outer edge of our back foot into a mat, almost like you're trying to lift the inner arch without physically lifting it. Just engage the outer edge of your foot a little bit more. Sink deeper. Maybe if you need to go deeper, push the back foot further. Now we're going to inhale, both arms come up. So your front hand and your back hand are the same height. And we look over the front hand. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Tap in the tailbone. And now someone's pulling the crown, like if someone's pulling the spine in your neck and the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Long body, beautiful. So keep pushing the outer edge into the floor. From here on your next inhale, you're going to go into reverse warrior. So where back hand slides down the leg and you return. We'll hold it here for another 2 breaths. There's no change in your front leg. The leg stays the same. And on your next exhale, coming back to that warrior two. So this is the first time you're gonna come into half a moon from here. So you might take some time. So that's the time when you push yourself forward. That's where the block comes in handy. On the chair. Go in the belly. And then try to gently open to the side. It's a work. Gently you can bend gently into the front leg. Pull in the belly. Make sure that your toes. It's like being in a warrior two with a straight leg front. The heel is reaching towards the back, behind your toes forward. Okay. Bend into the front leg. Place the foot back down into warrior two. Okay. So we'll go through this a few times. So on your inhales, you're gonna reach back. Stay there for one breath. You're gonna exhale, center. And then see if you can inhale, push yourself over into that half a moon for a breath. And then bend your front leg. Step the foot back one more time. Reach back. It is a challenging one. Keep opening through that front leg. Keep open, tucking the tailbone under. And then push forward into that. So we're trying to stack the hips, flex the foot. See me on an angle. Just see me straight on. Gonna hold it here for 5 breaths. So twisting open through everything. Nice. Bend into your legs if you need to. Just taking it back. Last breath for me. It is challenging. And then slowly come under the mat. Bring the leg back into your warrior two. Beautiful. Straightening the front leg. Twisting the front foot toes forward or the heel back. And let's take a moment here in a forward bend. You can bend into the leg on the loose side. Bending here, just gentle swaying side to side. You can use the block again if you like to be a little bit higher. Beautiful, just gentle swing, just so we get a little bit of a easier move and just get a hold of your breath again. See if we can make it a little bit slower, breathe a little bit slower. Beautiful, lower yourself all the way to the floor. Take a moment here. I'm gonna come halfway up, so you're using your block or you flexible. Start a slow walking the feet together. And then come all the way up to standing. Excellent, yeah. So we'll do the same thing on the other side. So we'll grab our block, set it up in the front of the mat on the other side. We're gonna face. So this time we're gonna lift the right leg up in the air, bend the front leg, and step it back into that warrior two on the other side. Again, get yourself set up whichever way you can. So your front knee is tracking over your second and big toe. Alignment of your front ankle and your knee. Now we push the outer edge of the back foot into the mat. Pull in the belly, ribs are knitted, tuck in the tailbones here. And then when you're ready, inhale, both arms come up. Same height in the front and the back. We're looking over the front one. Breathe. On your next inhale, we're going to slide the hand down the left, back hand, and reach over into reverse where nothing has changed in our legs. We're just simply going into a back a side bend here. Last inhale and exhale here. And an inhale. Exhale, come back center. This is the time where we're gonna push ourselves off from the back leg. Maybe and choose. And come into that half a moon here. So once you feel comfortable enough on your standing leg, you can start reaching the heel towards the back, or you're trying to kick someone next to you there. And open through the hips, or the chest. Last breath. And then bend into the front leg. Step your foot back into that warrior two. Sink deep. Inhale into that back bend. Reverse warrior, not a back bend. Reverse warrior. Last breath. Exhale, center. And push on yourself. Set yourself up for 3 breaths. That's controlled, not like me. Come back into warrior 2. One more time. Inhale. Hold it there for a breath. Exhale. This is our last one. We'll stay in that half moon for 5 breaths. So push yourselves up. Pulling those belly buttons, squeeze those standing glutes. Reach through the heel. Breathe. And then slowly bending into the front standing leg. That's better. Beautiful. One more time, straighten the front leg. Twist the toes forward. Align both feet and exhale. Come down. Towards the floor. Release the head. And just gently sway side to side. And on your next exhale, straighten the back. And slowly walk your feet together. Bend into your legs and roll yourself up to standing. So let's get back to the floor. You will not need a block. I'm going to top of our mat. I'll make our way down. Oh, never mind. We're going to do one more balancing just to see, maybe you might find it a bit easier to be opening into tree pose now. So we'll just stay here for 6 breaths each on each side. So I want you to ground your left foot in the floor, into the floor, and then bring the right leg up. So left leg is on the floor. So you can be under your knee, or if you want to come up higher above your knee, I want you to squeeze that standing glute and see how far you can open through the knee. Maybe you will feel it's a little bit better today because we've done so much opening through those hips. So hands come to the heart or up towards the sky, your ceiling. Pulling the belly, ribs are in, knitted together, shoulders relaxed. We probably have about 2 more breaths. And then gently releasing the hands and the foot to the floor. Let's switch to, hopefully some of you do feel the difference Maybe we should have started with this and then ended with this so you know. So now we're going to do the opposite. So right foot is grounded through the floor and then left leg lifts. So left foot is either under your knee or you pull it higher up. Into that. You're actively actually pushing the foot into your thigh. Squeezing that standing leg, opening through the knee. Yet your chest is forward. Hands to a T or reach to thigh. Or 2 more breaths. And slowly releasing everything to the floor. Beautiful. So let's come to the front of our mat and get ourselves down to the floor. Inhale, both arms come up. And as you exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, slide your fingertips towards your knees. Exhale, hands on the floor. You're going to step into a plank. Elbows are tucked in. You shift your weight forward. You can place the knees down if needed. And then lower yourself to the floor. Inhale into a back bend. Cobra, upward dog. Squeeze your glutes. Relax the shoulders. We'll stay in that back bend for about 4 breaths. So whichever way you want it. And then gently push yourself into a child's pose. Your forehead is resting on the floor. We'll stay here for another 2 breaths. And then we're going to push yourself back up onto a tabletop. We're going to grab our block or anything that can be a block. Again, you can go against the wall if needed or couch. We're going to place it onto our next to our left side. Our right foot's going to come out sideways, toes forward. So making sure that you don't have the leg behind or forward. It's nicely aligned with the knee in front. Perfect. You're going to inhale, both arms come up. And as you exhale, you can use the block to place your hand on it and reach over. You can also just use the floor, depending how long your hands are. Make sure that you're not sitting back with your hips, but you're pushing the hips forward. Reaching over. Breathe for 3 more breaths. We'll take another inhale here. And as you exhale, see if you can lift a hand off the floor and then lift yourself up through your core. And now we're going to slide the hand down the leg again and inhale the other direction. Try not to lean forward, but keep opening through the chest. And you're looking up towards the ceiling. Relax, exhale, center. One more time, we're going to inhale, reach. Exhale, push. And inhale that way. 2 more times. Inhaling, center. Exhaling, reaching. Inhaling here. Exhale, center. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, reach a little bit further. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, center. Last one. Inhale, reach. Exhale, center. Beautiful. Let's switch to legs. So we're going to bring that block to the other side. Stretching through the left leg. Feet are on, toes are on the floor, so are your heels. Beautiful. Again, trying to align between, like you're between 2 walls. Okay? Both arms come up on an inhale. And as you exhale, you side bend here. So again, how high your block is, your choice. Reach. We're gonna hold it here. Stretch first. You're pushing the outer edge of that foot, the straight foot into the floor. Keep pushing the hips forward. Don't sit back towards your hips. Last inhale here. And as you exhale, lift it in. And use the core to come back center. And inhale, sliding the hand down the leg. Reach leg. Again, look up towards the ceiling. Into your arm. Breathe. Stretch those obliques. Breathe into that belly. Feel that breast pushing into that wall here on the side. Last inhale here. Exhale, center. Now we're going to do the same thing 3 times while moving. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift that head. And inhale. Exhale, back center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, center. One more time. I think. Reach, nice long body. Push the chest towards the ceiling. And last one. Exhale. Beautiful. Both knees come down. And we're gonna finish. If you need to come into a child's pose for a moment, if your lower back is feeling all that work, if your obliques are feeling the work, come into a child's pose for a breath or two. Round through the back, if you need it. And we're gonna finish in a sitting sada. And we're gonna curl our toes under. We're gonna stretch through our feet here. So curl the toes under. And then sit back up onto your knees, heels. We're gonna stretch through our upper body here. So we're gonna one elbow underneath the other. Hold it here. Feel the stretch through the muscles between your shoulder blades. Unravel those hands. If you can still handle this, stay on these. Otherwise, you can come off the toes. Let's go the other direction. So the opposite knee, opposite elbow under the other one. Hold it. Feel the stretch. And if your toes are protesting, feel free to uncurl them. And then unravel the hands. Beautiful. This is the time we're going to come forward. Get off our toes, move them a little. And then sit back on them. This time we're going to bring our hands behind our back. So you can interlace your fingers, but if you are very flexible, you can also make that these palms together sign behind your back, if that's available for you. Otherwise, just squeeze those shoulder blades together. Push those shoulders down the way. And we're going to come forward, forehead towards the floor, reaching the heads up high. Squeeze and breathe. And then slowly on your next exhale, lift yourself up. Keep squeezing your shoulder blades down the way. Squeeze them together. Strengthening through our muscles between the shoulder blades. And beautiful. And this is it. So let's get down onto the mat again. And we'll finish in Shavasana. Many suggestions I have for you. You can just be nice and like corpse pose where everything is stretched out if that's what you enjoy. Just letting yourself all relax here. Some of you might enjoy having the block underneath your hips on whichever level, just to have a little bit of raise. And sometimes starting with your feet in the air and then slowly lowering them down might be nice too. So whatever feels right and good, you can Place the feet against the wall or your couches or wherever you are. Palms up towards the ceiling. And we go down back to channeling our mind just towards the breathing. Nothing else enters your brain. Just the count of your breath or maybe the sensation it's creating. What's happening in your belly as you inhale and exhale. I will lower my legs down at this point. But you do whatever feels good. I will stay here for about 8 to 10 breaths, just relaxing. Noticing the heat in our body, maybe the openness to our hips. Wonderful. And if you have the time, you can stay here longer, as long as you like. Of course, once you have to go back to work, I want you to stretch your legs out. And on your next inhale, reach over the head. A little bit of stretch. And then slowly bring your feet back on the mat. Turn onto your one side and taking a breath or two before you fully push yourself up to seated. And once you are seated, you can just bring the thumb and your second finger together, palms back up. Roll the shoulders down the waist, sit nice and tall. And we'll take 3 breaths in through our nose and out through our mouths just to finish the practice today. If you like chanting Om, feel free to chant Om. It's always nice as well. So in through your nose, out through your mouth. Thank you so much for joining me this Tuesday. I hope you guys all feel great. And I'll see you again next week. Have a great week ahead. From my heart to yours. Namaste. Have an awesome rest of the summer. It's coming to an end. Enjoy.